Hey, what's up? My name is Michael.
You are live with Simon Sanga another time.
Hey, karibu tena kwa mara nyingine kwenye the Techroad podcast. Today we're going to dive deep kidogo kwenye vitu ambavyo tunatumia kila siku.
So lazima na phones, where we came from, where we are and what can be the future.
Tumefikaje hapa?
Where we are coming from.
Sasa hivi imagine uko zako barabarani and then una swipe simu yako. Ukija kushtukia wewe ni mtu mzima, una swipe kioo, unafutafuta kioo.
Like this.
Uko zako
Tari sana.
Aidha uko na watu au uko barabarani kabisa, uko na swipe zako kioo.
Yeah.
Tumefikaje huko sasa?
Where we coming from? It's coming from way back 1800, miaka 1800 huko. 1870.
Nilikuwa niko shule.
Another life, okay.
Nilikuwa niko zangu shule wakati huo.
Yeah, unajua the thing with the smartphone imesa I've been reading kwanza kuhusu money. Okay. Recently about money and everything else, and then nikagundua kwamba money was also one of the important factor ya contribute to existence ya phone, na how it came around ni kwamba 1777 British waliamua kumove kwenye gold standard 1777, yani 1717 right, and then over time wakawa na issue moja kwamba banks zao zina kwamba okay, how do we move gold from one place to another, kwa sababu every time kwa mfano tunafanya transaction, si ndio? Lazima nifanye transaction na wewe kwa gold, umeona kwamba nakupa gold unanipa gold, si ndio? Sasa over time ikasema okay, instead of moving gold around, let's make it kwamba kuna kitu kina represent ile gold yako ambayo ni kama receipt. Umeona? So receipt yako inatoka kwangu inakuja kwako. Unaona? Na hiyo sio tunaweza kuita kama ni debt. Sawa? Kwamba okay, nimeshakupa hapa, nikishakupa receipt, nimeshakupa mimi nina kitu chako, si ndio? So one of the way ambao walikuwa wanafikiria ni kwamba okay, let's use trains kumove receipts. Umeona? And then over time wakaona okay, there is these things ilikuwa kama 100 na kwa sababu anaanza 1717 miaka karibia 300 miaka mpita almost 300 miaka mingi ya 13 kwenye 10 miaka 300 miaka mingi 300 centuries. Wow. 300 centuries my friend. 3 centuries. 3 centuries. So wakaona move ile wakaona okay, now there is this thing called telegraph. We can use it kunini ku move ela, na ikaanza kuwa popular kwa among of the business. Umeona? So we can see kwamba business were the first people targeted by the telegraph. Umeona? Lakini sasa now we can start what the telegraph, how ilianzaje kufanya kazi, where do we start with the telegraph, now what did it called telegraph.
Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense kwa sababu hadi unafikia kwenye ile telegraph.
Yes.
There was a need, yani kwa nini telegraph iwepo pale?
Yep.
Kwa nini?
Yeah.
So, telegraph ilikuwa inatuma messages kwa kutumia impulses.
Yes.
Yani ilikuwa ni mashine ambayo ukigusa inachukua the impulse and then inachora. Au it leaves a mark. Ambao for the other person anainterpret kama a message to them. Yeah. Sasa wakati huo aliwepo jamaa Graham Bell, Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah, Mr. Graham Bell.
Yeah. So yeye ndo amekuwa kama anachukuliwa kama ndo the front person kwenye this thing.
Very true.
Right?
Yeah.
So the telegraph ikaenda wakawa wanatumia, the problem ikaja kwamba it can only send one message at a time.
Of course.
It can only send one message at a time. Sasa na of course people converse a lot. Sasa ni challenge tayari.
Yes.
Then wakaanza sasa kufikiria how can they fix this. Actually waliokuwa wanafikiria ni wengi sana. The issue that happened ni kwamba walipokuwa wanawaza and then ni kama tunaita a mass discovery or something, they landed on something that is now the foundation of of the telephone.
Yes.
Graham Bell akachukuliwa kama yeye ndio frontier kwa sababu yeye ndio aliomba patent wa kwanza.
Yep. Same thing kama yani it's so weird because patent tunaona kwa mfano kama OpenAI na ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised kwamba OpenAI na ChatGPT they are not the first people who build these large language models.
Okay.
Kwanza OpenAI, kwamba the technology behind the transformer was discovered at Google. Sindio? The Google ndo discover how to do this decoding, yani how kutengeneza kwamba ukifanya hivi, ukisema maneno haya, naweza kukumbuka ulisema nini, afu ina kureply kutokana na context. Your activation to transformers.
Yeah.
Sasa wale OpenAI wakawa the first people to commercialize, yani to make it feasible kutumia in large scale. Umeona? And I think the same thing kwamba Graham ameenda kwamba patent at the first individual to assist patent, lakini pia alikuwa anaweza kuicommercialize.
Yeah.
And alikuwa anaweza kusema say I've already applied for patent one, but also a way to make it work commercially.
Yeah, na alikuwa very business oriented.
Yeah, and that the thing, yani kitu ambacho mimi mwenyewe I'm really thinking hata nikiwa labda baadaye kana watoto wako, yani as much as there is this school orientation na kujifunza darasani, how can you make it kwamba whatever you learn commercialize it? No, sasa we have all these podcasts na vitu vingine. Unaweza kusema mimi nasoma biology kila siku darasani. And we see this a lot kwenye kwa wenzetu ambao wameendelea kwamba hata kama unasoma physics whatever, you commercialize, unatengeneza videos za YouTube all this inakupa wewe ile pioneer kwamba this guy knows all about biology. Same thing with Alexandra kwamba it's a guy ambaye ndio there are so many people working on telephone at that time, but he was the first guy to patent it and make it commercially available. Which is very interesting part kwamba how can you whatever you know or whatever you think and make it kwamba it's something I can actually make it commercially. Kuna watu uko mtaani uko nakutaba they are very good at cooking labda chakula fulani pilau let's say, but they're cooking at their own home. That's all we be knowing kwamba mimi na wewe tutakuwa unajua kupiga pilau.
Unaweza ukai document ile kitu and then you share with people.
Yes.
Kukuta watu wanakutafuta.
Yes, kama Madam Shilole, I think Shilole she's amazing cook.
Yeah.
Lakini initially alikuwa sio kwamba anajulikana kama cook. Alipoanza kuweza kuonekana anaweka ile post what I can do any showcase.
So now she's known
for that, right? So the same thing with Alexandra here kwamba is the first person ambaye anakuwa noted as a phone ni kama mtu ambaye ametengeneza simu wa kwanza, lakini ni kwa sababu yeye ndio aliweza kuweka ile commercially available.
Yeah, afu kija I said this guy is a business person kwa sababu imagine this was by the time this patent inakuwa filed it was in 1876. 1876.
Yo, miaka karibia 800. Miaka 200 iliyopita.
Miaka ni mingi sana. 1876 lakini hadi leo tunaona the effect of what alichofanya wakati huo. Not just the fact that we use the phone, hata commercially. So Graham Bell went on to build the company. It was called the Bell Company.
Bell Company, yes.
And which is today called AT&T.
AT&T.
Yeah.
You know what's the long form of AT&T?
I have no idea.
It's interesting. I think I'll Google it later. Lakini kwa sababu this is company ambayo foundation yake imefanyika miaka almost 200 years ago.
But way now, ahead of the game.
Until now they're not kwamba sio kwamba they are losing the game. Hiyo kuna kampuni kwa mfano Yahoo. It's a new company came and gone.
Yeah.
Right? They came and gone. Right?
It came. Did it conquer?
Yeah.
We don't know. But it went.
But AT&T, it's a company ambayo foundation yake is like almost 200 years. So I think this is very interesting. And I'm looking at company like SpaceX. It's still a new company of course. Yani bado they are still in the early stages. Miaka 10, miaka 20 sidhani kama imezidi miaka 20. Lakini the longevity ya wanachokifanya itatamani sana kwamba okay, even if kama Elon alikuwa ni visionary ambaye anaweza kubuild foundation, kwa sababu sasa hivi I know about Alexandra kwa sababu ya contribution kwa Telegram, but also I know Alexandra kwa sababu ya AT&T, it's one of the biggest company kwenye upande telecom. I'm very sure kule kwa wenzetu kwa mbele.
Yeah, it's true. Sasa Imagine hiyo ni 1876, now they have a new machine. The telegraph can now send more than one message.
Yes.
So hiyo jamaa akaanza sasa kuona, so wakati huo sasa baada ya kuwa na you can send more than one message, ikaanza kuwa popular in the US.
Yes, it makes sense.
It makes sense. And then the guy started thinking, why not have a bigger place? Why not allow people in a longer distance to communicate? And hapo sasa ndio ikaanza sasa the pursuit for long distance phone calls.
Kuna ile part ambao walidiscover jinsi ya kutengeneza kama kuna operators ambao wanaweza ku switch. So this was, unajua, the big part ambayo ilikuwa inafanya kwamba it's one communication at a time, ni kwamba it was one way, you and me, right? One way, yani inakuwa ni njia moja tu mimi na wewe, but there's no way I can move from you to me to you and that person. So that's when they built this switch. Kwamba switch is a way kwamba tuna move from me and you to me and you, me and you, me and you. So switch inakuwa kama intermediary ambao naweza kusema kwamba okay, today I don't want to talk to you, but I want to talk to that someone else.
Do you know that that is also where the word line came from? Why we call SIM card line?
SIM card lines?
Yes, why we call SIM card line?
Oh, really?
Yeah, kwa sababu zile simu zilikuwa zina wire, like wire natoka so any mna communicate through that wire, through that line, which is virtually the same thing that SIM card does now.
Okay, nina line ya Airtel, nina line ya Vodacom, nina line ya Tigo.
That is why sasa hivi tunaziita
interesting.
That is why tunaziita line. Which was very weird, kwa sababu fikiria wakati if you want to talk to someone, inabidi umpigie operator. Operator ndio akwamishie wire kwamba simu yako wewe iunganike na simu ya mtu. Interesting. Operator alisikia vingapi?
Of course. Kwamba yeye alikuwa ni intermediary, ili mimi naweza kuongea na wewe lazima nipitie kwa
operator.
It's interesting until nilipokuwa niko primary na I think even secondary. I think even right now kuna secretary ambao ukiwa unataka kuongea na boss akwambia unapiga pale naomba niunganishe na boss, anakuunganisha na boss. It's the same thing kwamba the only thing kwamba anakuwa intermediary, anakuwa ni kama gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. Ofisini it's a controlled setting. Yani amwezi hata ukiongea pale mnajua kwamba kuna mtu katikati na position ya huyo mtu katikati inajulikana.
Yes, kuna ile series inaitwa nini? Inaitwa it's a comedy show, nimesahau jina lake, girlfriends, something like that. Walikuwa ni wadada, unaweza kufanya sasa hivi wakimpigia simu instantly inaitwa upande wako, right? I don't know how it was working at that time.
For sure there was a delay.
Kwa sababu ni copper wires.
Kwa sababu ni kwa wire. Ukiangalia it's easier more now kwa waves.
We've travel faster.
Ni haraka zaidi kuliko wakati ule wa wire.
And another thing which I'm thinking right now, kimoja watu nafikiria sana. You remember the time, I don't know if you ever saw this, TTCL walikuwa na yellow pages pia.
Yes, I saw that.
And then TTCL pia wakaga na simu za dola. So I think because of dollar phone, sikumbuki jina lake exactly. Walikuwa na simu zao ni kama stores, yani kama unaenda tunaingiza card, payphones, yes, ni kama payphones zile. Unaingiza card afu unapiga simu. Way back. Lazima ujue kwamba
mimi I remember seeing them. I don't remember using them. Kuna hospitali moja tuwaga tunaenda zamani wakati watoto. Pale nje pale kuepo.
Yes. I mean, they exist until they kusabili even physical infrastructure. Yani some places wanazikuta ziko lakini not functional. Lakini the issue ambayo nakifikiria ni kwamba how inconvenient it was, kwa sababu lazima umpange huyo mtu anayepokea kwamba nitakupigia simu saa ngapi. Nitakupigia simu tarehe fulani saa fulani, ili aende kukaa karibu na simu apokee.
I see. Unajua sasa hivi ukifikiria kwamba we have a phone now ambayo tunaishika tu mkononi.
You can just
and you can talk to anyone anywhere at any time, considering pia time difference bado mnaweza mkaongea. it's very big.
It's very interesting.
Sasa hizo nani zilianza 1915. Hizo payphones wakati huo walikuwa wanaweka coins. Not cards, at least cards angalau unakuwa advance kidogo.
Yes.
Walikuwa wanaweka coins kama the way unapotumia vending machine.
Interesting.
Unaweka coin and then you get time. Coin yako ikiisha value kama voucher. Ukipiga bila kifurushi. Ukiweka voucher unapiga, ikiisha inakata. That's how it used to be.
Yeah, I remember kwa sababu I remember one of my uncle alikuwa anatumia kitu way back. Alikuwa anaongea na mtu tokea Arusha. Mtu yuko Mbeya anapigia simu kwa njia hiyo. It's way back. Yeah.
So baadaye sasa walipoanza
transatlantic.
Yeah, sasa zilipoanza sasa the transatlantic phone calls na nini, watu wako mbali. Where do you think the first phone was?
I guess New York. From New York to where?
Even bora ingekuwa New York. It's not even okay, it's not more of a where.
Yeah.
It was more of a with who. The first phone was in the White House.
Yes.
Yani mmepambana lakini the first phone ipo kwa president. Phone ambayo it doesn't need, yani it allows someone to talk outside a booth.
Okay.
Ile phone ambayo tuseme simu ya mezani.
Yes.
It allows someone to talk. Sio lazima uwe kwenye yale ma infrastructure yote makubwa na nini. The president is the one that that has it. Nyie wote umetumia kufanya nini?
I'm very sure, katika ile kawaida au kiangalia zamani, most of the projects was co-funded by the government. Yani the government is a key funder of the projects. Umeona? Ukiangalia most of the things, internet was funded by the government. Yani kuna namna ambavyo serikali ilikuwa wana support watu kiasi kwamba even the functionality inaweza kawa commercially iko maybe not viable.
Yeah.
Right? Lakini it makes sense maybe militarily. Umeona? Kwa sababu military you don't care so much about aesthetics, you don't care so much about user friendliness. More functional, yes. So I think maybe because of the relationship ya serikali na hizi they keep it kwamba the first one should be from the government.
Yeah. Na usually for something like that ikianzia kwa the president then itashuka to all other important sectors.
Yes.
And then ikitoka hapo lazima ende kwa business people.
Yes, business people. And business people, this is like kwao kwa sababu kwa mfano what is the biggest tujue serikali is the biggest business itself. It's like biggest function biashara inajiendesha yenyewe, autonomous functions, ndio.
Yeah.
Lakini pia kuna isa branch ambazo they are very critical like finance. Very critical. Government cannot live without finance. So I'm sure they were the first people to adapt it.
Yeah. Tena na wao walipewa wakati huo, yani phones were for the rich.
For the rich.
Kwanza kabla hazijatoka kuwa completely mobile tuseme, zilikuwa embedded kwenye magari.
Yes, I saw that one.
Zilikuwa embedded kwenye magari. Kwa hiyo imagine mtu mwenye gari ni mtu tajiri.
Yes.
Hapo mtu ana gari na ana simu. Matajiri wa aina hiyo ni business people. Either business people au mchawi. Like business people.
There is one thing about cars, yani kupona sasa hivi recent tunaona Steve Jobs think about phone be personal, iwe like very small and everything else. But that time mtu anaangalia simu weighs maybe a kilo, 3 kilo, 5 kilos. Umeona? And I'm mobile. Na move around. Sindio? Where can I put this? Can I walk with 5 kilos? No. The only way feasible for me to walk with it ni kwa baiskeli. Baiskeli itakuwa very heavy. 5 kilos more. So the only way ambayo it makes sense kuweka ni kwenye gari. Umeona? Kwa like cars make sense to afford.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu they don't care so much about 5 kilos.
Yeah, 5 kilos. So now uzito wa simu huko imeingia tuko uzito wa gari, kwa hiyo wewe huoni kama
and surprising the fact kwamba ile inakaa kwenye gari as individual you feel more convenient kwamba this is more convenient kwa sababu gari langu inaweza kuona, yani ukiwa na gari kutoka sehemu moja kwenda sehemu nyingine easily, si ndio? Imagine now the phone is there, kwa hiyo you feel kwamba this is more convenient
kwenye gari.
The only thing is kwamba you have to be rich.
You needed to be rich kwa sababu the era kwanza, yani it was like magic. Yani kwanza unaongeaje na mtu uko hapa, unaongea na mtu ambaye yuko sehemu nyingine. Pia ukiangalia at that time the form factor of the phone was like 3 pieces. Like you have a centerpiece, and then you have a speaker and the receiver. So unatoa the speaker unaweka sikioni, unatoa speaker unaweka sikioni, unachukua receiver unaweka hapo. So
those are two things kabisa. Separated.
And those are separated. So the biggest change sasa from that tangu wakati ule 1850s kote huku hadi sasa wamefika huku 1950s sasa.
1950s.
So zikaanza kuja hizi transatlantic phones na nini. And then it came sasa hiyo the new design. Ambayo the speaker and the receiver were in one part. In one device. Ambayo so we take for granted.
Not only take it for granted, we don't even think of it. Kuna ile ku think of granted again, sometimes you appreciate, lakini we don't even think kwamba hapo kuna speaker, kuna microphone. We don't even think about that.
Vitu tofauti. Kwa imagine sasa hivi upo kwenye gari. Uko even you're having a very important conversation. You're like this.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Unajua kitu kingine ambacho I'm thinking right now, other countries walikuwa very lucky with one thing. They build their infrastructure and industries. Bell katika hali ya kawaida maybe he focused only kwenye build the communication part. How can I transform this from one point to another?
That is true.
But then there's some other companies who specialize maybe on speakers. Other companies specialize maybe only on microphones. So they saw kwamba okay, he wants some change. Now okay, because we are specialized on this, let's create better phones, better microphones, better speaker. Eventually inakuwa ni kwamba rahisi hata yeye, unaona vitu vinaenda faster kwa sababu ya nini? Ya mambo supporting system iko very conducive. And this is one of the thing ambayo very important. Kwa mfano, before kwa kuna switch kwamba kuna mtu operator anakaa pale anachukua line yako kwenda line nyingine. Umeona? Line A kwenda line C, line A kwenda D, line A kwenda F. Umeona? That was easier. Now we have laid transatlantic. Umeona? So we cannot have 200 phones, watu 200 wanangojea simu the other side kutoka Marekani. You have to automate it. So they have to sort that one first. Second, now we have seen kwamba watu they are mobile. We have moved from one place to another. Still, if the people are moving from one place to another, how are they moving? Wana magari. Eventually hawa watu wanaanza kufeel like, hey, I cannot have this phone na speaker kubwa kila saa nani kila saa. Oh, let's change it. Kwa sababu one thing which I'm sure ni kwamba as much as kwamba we don't know what we want, sindio, there is always ile tunasema inaitwa ni kama force against this, yani kwamba unaona kitu kizuri tu, why should I be, eventually napunguza matumizi. Unakuta hata wewe unaweza kushangaa labda una one thing which I've realized ni kwamba kuna nguo ambazo unazipenda kuzivaa. One thing you find about those clothes are very comfortable. Very comfortable. Kuna nguo ni kali, ni nzuri, lakini huvai kwa mara nyingi kwa sababu ni nini? Not so comfortable. Inapendeza but not so comfortable. You'll be surprised, I'm not wearing this. You're not wearing suit every day. Why? So the same thing kwamba I'm thinking kwamba kuwa na ile differentiator ambayo anakuambia I don't want this, nataka hiki, kinasababisha hii development ya kuja na kuwa na simu ya form factor nyingine. Let's keep on.
Na pia I think it's important kwa sababu mtu aliyetengeneza kuja kutengeneza it was called the model 302, ile ambayo inakuwa na speaker na receiver same moja. Was a different person.
Very different person. Yeah.
Sasa what if Bell angeamua kukaza kichwa and maybe akazuia watu wengine kufanya hicho kitu?
Yeah, very interesting. The thing is, that's one thing which I like about other countries, how they during this era ambayo nasema kama era ya tunasema ni era ya kwa French inaitwa era ya blessing. At that time kuna a lot of changes. Switch, watu wakaanza kutengeneza ni transistors kwamba switch is like toka hapa kuja hapa, si ndio? Ni kama una negate hii unaweka positive, umeona? So it's a minor thing ambayo initially tunaweka mtu, eventually tunakuwa na mtu anatengeneza kwa switch kama switch, yani kama transistor. Kwa hiyo kuna a lot of things zinatokea at same time when I make these things to be feasible. Umeona? Even Graham at that time, nadhani alikuwa ameshafariki by that time. Probably. I don't know. I haven't checked.
So at the time anakuja kufanya this telephone thing alikuwa shazeeka.
Yeah, okay. Oh, exactly. Yeah. The thing is, I'm thinking kwamba kuwa na ile interaction na watu wengine inarahisisha kwamba okay, hata mabadiliko yanakuwa faster. Hiyo ya form factor kwa mfano, hiyo ya model 3. I'm sure kama angekuwa labda yeye mwenyewe kweli, as you said, ingekuwa ni very difficult to change. Yeah, kwa sababu that's works. It works.
Yeah. So wamebadilisha sasa hivi speaker na receiver ziko sehemu moja. Na pia the ringer kuna wakati sehemu ilibidi wewe unazungusha.
I've never understand that.
Okay. So that thing ilikuwa ukiwa na ring ile ring kunakuwa na a finger stop somewhere.
A finger stop.
Yes. Okay. Hapo ile ring inakuwa na numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0.
Yes.
If you hold one of those, pale kwenye kila namba kuna kishimo.
Yes.
So you have to ring it hadi kwenye finger stop. So if you ring it like 1, that was 0. Ukiweka kidole kwenye hole ya 0, ukipeleka hadi kwenye finger stop, that registers as 0. Ukienda kwenye 5, ukizungusha hadi kwenye finger stop, that registers as 5.
Okay.
Like that. It was like typing now but bringing it.
Okay. Kwa hiyo inakuwa inakusaidia ni
if you're in danger. Zile kwenye ile ringer, zile holes zilikuwa kwenye you can feel 9, but so it was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. So 9 is the second last one.
Yes.
So hata kama you're in the dark you can feel it.
Yes.
You can feel it and you can can ring.
Okay.
Yeah, and the question was why wasn't it 1 or 0? Some 1 and 0 actually.
Yes.
The closest ones.
Yeah.
Pale.
Yeah.
It was not 1. Some 1 was used for international calls.
Okay. Because 1 was international calls.
Yeah, 1 was already made for international calls. Yeah, and 0 also had a separate use.
Okay.
So it was easier kwa sababu combination watu waliambiwa kwamba walete possible combination. And 911 made the most sense. If you can't use 1 and 0, what's the closest one you can use? You can use 9.
Yeah, 9 and then 1.
Yeah. Yes. So in 9 some you can feel it.
Yes.
9 and 2 they were relatively in the same space. The same difference kwa sababu second from last also second from first. But they went with 9.
Okay.
So you can hata kama umefunga macho.
Okay.
Sababu the ringers you can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Kwa unaweza ukajua. That's where 911 came from.
I didn't know that.
And now tuko tu tunapigiana na have you ever called 911?
What for? I mean, who responds? Who responds? Another question.
Lakini I really need to understand.
How
do it become? No. We'll try. We'll try.
Do we have 911?
We do, and it works.
Really?
It works. I tried it once. Someone picked up.
Someone?
Yes, someone that asks, kama ukipiga mtandaoni wanakwambia kama shida yako ni hiki bonyeza hii.
Okay.
Which was this is actually funny kwa sababu there's a guy that brought it up that will say, what if you see someone coming and that someone has a gun. Yeah. It's coming to kill you. And you call 911 and they tell you, if you are in danger, press 1.
Yes.
If the problem is a fire, press 2.
Yes.
If you are dying, press 3.
I'm dying.
And then you press you're in danger.
Yeah.
If you're in the jungle, press 1. By the time unafika kuboresha huduma zetu, simu yako itarekodiwa.
It's a lot of move.
So haupo.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Kuna hii research ambayo ilifanyika na kwenye kutengeneza hizi switch kwenye 1971 hapo. Yeah. Nakumbuka kuna wale watengeneza microprocessor na vitu kama hivi. How will that accelerate kama I know kwenye the center kwa kuna Motorola inakuja na Motorola na coming up na everything else. So I want to know how did they move kutoka kwenye hii era ya phone ambayo kwa ni so not kuja kwenye portable.
Yeah. So before actually Motorola Motorola walikuja muda ambao simu ziko fully mobile.
Ziko fully mobile. Kwa hiyo tumetoka kutoka kwenye nani?
Yes, kwenye gari walikuja. But so walianza kuondoa kitu kimoja. Ile ringer, it then became buttons.
Yes,
it was more like a touch interface kwa sababu wakati huo pia touch screens zilikuwepo. Lakini now we have different types, lakini touch screen all the same.
Buttons.
Yes, so zilikuwa ni buttons that made different noises for each key. Hapo kama sasa hivi keypad tone
na inaipata.
So kila key na different noise. So walianza sasa kupunguza vile vitu wanavimodify
inakuwa ni kidogo. Kwa badala ya kuwa na zile unaweka tu button.
Badala ya kuzungusha sasa hivi unakuwa na moja. Then they became very famous. Hizo sasa simu za button ndio zikawa very famous kama sasa hivi ambapo we use smartphones. Hizo sasa ndio they became very famous, and then Intel sasa ndio wakaingia kwenye hilo swala la chip.
Intel kupita zamani kiasi hicho.
Intel ni zamani kiasi hicho. So in the 1970s hadi 1980s that was the era of portable mobile phones. So walipokuja na zile chip ndio zikamwezesha mtu sasa kuwa na zikawa zinafanya ile kazi ya kuswitch
between the
kama kuswitch lines ambayo inaweza kuwa na operator kuunganishia na mtu mwingine. So zile chips zikaja kama zinafanya hivyo, zina identify where you are seeking and where you are, and then zina connect Intel how. Kwa hiyo wakaondoa the need for the wire. The need for the wire ikapotea. Therefore they also removed the infrastructure inside the phone to operate the wire, making the phone smaller now.
So now you don't need a lot hivi
and you don't need all of that sehemu ya simu kutoka na nini ile wire kuingia na nini. That is where Motorola came.
You know surprising, I think ukiwa unasafiri labda kwenda Tanga au kama umeshasafiri kwenda Tanga zamani hizo ukiwa unatumia hata basi au hata I think even right now ukipita utaona kama copper wires, zile poles za copper wires. It means kwamba what I'm surprised ni kwamba I'm sure this was built after independence or during late stages of independence.
Actually, I had an idea about that. Someday when we're talking about history, I think we should have someone who knows Tanzanian history, and then we can relate. Like the things that were happening what was happening here.
Yes, very true.
In the same year.
There's two things. Treni ilibuildiwa wakati wa koloni. The initial train, right? The way back train. And during that time, people were building walikuwa na colonizers, they were the key people building those trains. And they are like the funding, organizing, like managing everything at that time. I think even the phones, they also were the people build the infrastructure of phone. So one thing which I always see or think in kwamba these people colonizer when they were here in Tanzania, for example, walikuwa na run their business. And most of the things they were running the business based on what they see in their countries. Kwamba we actually can communicate between Dar es Salaam and Tanga kwa kutumia simu. So let's build that infrastructure. The question is, ukiangalia katika ile late stage ambapo kuna mabadiliko haya yote, walikuwa either slow kuadapt au ilikuwa ni very expensive kuadapt kiasi kwamba can still maintain those poles, kwa sababu hadi 2011, 12, 13 those days nilikuwa nitasafiri sana, nilikuwa naona hizi poles. Sijaona recent, sijawa very makini nikisafiri, lakini naonaga zile poles kiasi kwamba I feel like okay, this infrastructure was existing hadi nyaya zake. Mimi nakumbuka very clear, ilikuwa ni 2000 na niko primary school. Copper wires za simu, kuna watu kwa wanazihunt, yani wanazitafuta kwa ajili ya kuziuza. Yani ilikuwa like a real business. Even some of my colleagues walikuwa wanasema tunaenda kutafuta nini, nyaya za copper. It was like real business. Na in 2000s wanazikata na kuziuza. That was a big business.
What happens to communication sasa zikikata? Simu zinakata?
No. The thing is, now we are adapting this new infrastructure. Jiselo kwa na payphone, kuna elephone ile ya Voda ile Voda ya blue, kuna bars. So there's like early stages.
Kwa shahama huko kwenye kutumia kopa, ila kopa wires kwa bado zipo.
Yes, ziko kama zinatumika, they are not used the ile extensive kama zinatumika. Alafu pia nadhani people wakawa aware kwamba this is copper where they can sell it. Unajua pia kuna hiyo kitu kwamba you can be aware of, you can have a resource here, lakini unajua kwamba you can sell it. People nadhani kaanza kuwa aware, you can sell copper. Umeona? Na hiyo ikawa na hapo ile hanga ya kwenda kutafuta na kuziuza. Sasa watu ambao kwa ni easily to target ni sisi wanafunzi, kwa sababu wanafunzi we always look for money.
Yeah.
For some reason, students always look for money.
Don't know where to get it.
So anything stupid, we're okay to do it. Anything, we're okay to do it. You know, now we have time. I'm going to hunt a copper wire.
Yeah. So so after the chip, so they could make the phone smaller now.
Yeah.
And fully mobile without the wire. This is where Motorola frontiered in the making of the actual mobile phone.
Okay.
The first one.
Yeah.
It was big. It weighed. It weighed 2.5 pounds. What's that in kilos? So simu ni nzito. Simu ni nzito. And it came out. Its starting price was $4,000. For approximately $4,000.
4,000.
Yes.
4,000.
In today's money, with inflation and everything, it would be 10,000.
4,000. Okay. Yes. I don't know why. I used up 40. I was like,
4,000.
All right, 4,000.
Yes.
Wow, this is way back.
Yes, 4,000. That means ukiconvert hela with inflation na nini sasa hivi
ni kama
10,000.
10,000. Oh, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's making it only possible for the rich.
Yes.
And who are the rich?
The few.
Business people.
Yes. I need to be a businessman.
That is true.
Yeah.
So it was a lot, and also it could only hold 34 numbers.
Okay, so this is a new phone.
This is a new phone now.
Mobile phone.
Yes, that is Motorola. It was called the Motorola Dynatac X.
Dynatac X.
Yes. It was a marvel. Kila mtu akitoka yuko na simu yake kubwa, anatembea anaongea na simu. Those unamjua kwa this is the rich person.
Wow.
It's like the way right now tukiona the triple cameras, the iPhones on the back, where like this guy is a rich person, which might not necessarily be true.
Yeah.
Like at the time,
it was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Kwa watu walikuwa na hizo simu kubwa, it can only hold 30 phone numbers.
30 phone numbers.
Yes. And you can only talk for 30 minutes.
But that's so significant improvement compared to from wired phone.
Yeah, from wired phones to zile rot ringers na nini. It's a big improvement. Lakini compared to where we are now, you can see.
Yeah, it's interesting how life goes. When I'm thinking about the growth ya kitu inavyokuwa accelerated faster, at one point it's so interesting. Unaenda polepole then
yeah, that happens. There's a momentum ambao unapata ukiwa na develop. So the features of the Dynatac. Heavy. It's heavy.
How much kilos? Maybe
5
kilos. 5 kilos.
Yes.
This is mobile.
5 kilos. Yes.
Oh my God.
You see, you're surprised now. The time we were talking about pounds and kilos, ilikuwa haijasinki in.
Wow.
5 kilos.
5 kilos.
What is the average weight of a newborn baby?
Oh, I think it's less than 5 kilos, my brother.
So the Dynatac was 5 kilograms. It cost $4,000. It could only hold 34 numbers.
34 numbers, yes.
Yes. And you could only talk for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
And here's the kicker. It needed 10 hours to charge.
10 hours to charge?
Yes.
Yo.
It needed 10 hours to charge.
Think about it. I need 10 hours to charge.
Hapo ndo unapata hiyo definition kwamba usipo charge simu usiku.
Yeah.
You can't use it for the whole next day.
Yes, that's the thing inaonekana hapo, kwa sababu the only way kutumia simu yako ni kwa kuchaji usiku. Uweze kuchaji mchana. Na hata still hata kama umechaji usiku, the only hours, any muda ambao unaweza kutumia simu yako ni 30 minutes.
Ni mdogo, yani
people were lucky back then. They didn't have much screen time, right?
Yeah, they had okay, so the screen was extremely small. In the beginning there was no screen.
Yeah.
And then the screen became extremely small that could only show digits.
Okay.
Bus.
Okay.
Digits.
Okay.
And then sasa wakaanza kufikiria kwamba we can now be able to send messages.
Okay, messages.
We should not be able to send text messages.
Okay.
That is where the requirement of a larger screen came.
Okay.
You need a larger screen ili uweze kusoma ile text. Yeah. So baada ya the Dynatrack thing, it came for me, what I feel like is one of the smartest inventions we've ever done.
The
fax machine.
Yeah. Why fax machine?
I find it cool that you can, of course now we can use wireless, but I found it cool that you can put a paper in a machine. And then you send that to another machine and it prints it out. I just find that cool. It's weird, right?
Wait, I find it weird. So wait, how does fax work actually? Does it require...
The fax machines have numbers. Come up phone numbers. So you put in the paper, kama unavyoweka paper kwenye photocopy machine au kwenye nini.
Yes.
Inapita kwenye fax machine. It is scanned. And then that is transmitted to the number of the fax machine that you are talking about, ambayo nataka ku send hicho kitu. And then ikifika kule ile itakuwa ime receive, it prints out what you sent.
No, wait. Bado sijaelewa kitu moja. When you are sending this fax, ile karatasi ambayo unaituma inakuwa na maneno.
Yeah.
Unavyoandika maneno kwa umetype au umefanyaje?
Okay, that I'm not sure of. Lakini it scans what is on the paper.
Okay.
And then it prints it on the other side.
Okay. So it scans and then prints.
Yeah, it prints on the other side. Kwa hiyo karatasi yako wewe inatoka pale inaingia kwenye machine then inatoka.
But it seems so lazima umetype. Kwa sababu gani? Kama inaweza kuprint, yani kama unaweza kutoa digitally output ya kuwa printed. Unajua ukiwa na print una print those ink ambazo zinakuwa properly, si ndio? Lazima kuna jinsi ya kuzi-input pia. Ilikuwa kuna namna ambapo unaweza kufanya input ya namna hiyo.
Yeah. So either that advancement was there at the time, kwamba wewe wanaweza kama sasa hivi ambavyo unaweza ukatoa copy, and then hata kama umeandika na mkono au umechora tu kitu, inaweza ikatoka that copy na haihitaji kama ile typewriter kwamba kunakuwa na maneno labda kwenye keys. Yeah. You see.
For some reason, there's companies which till now they're using fax.
I'm sure they have a reason.
Yeah, I know one. I was so surprised. And at that time, I'm not so well-rounded. Why are they using this? I'll put it as the key question. Why you guys are using this? There's companies which actually they're using fax because of one thing. They believe more on a written document compared to digital copies. So this organization ni big organization. It's not kwamba iko funded, iko very well funded, iko Arusha, ili waweze kuonyesha kwamba this genuine, wanakwambia tunataka tu fax.
Okay.
Fax it to that office, which is so weird. Yes, right now there's so many advancement lakini wow, still that believability is not yet there. But one thing you should know ni kwamba the people who are working there, they've been working there for more than 30 years. So it's in their brains.
For them, yani that's the normal.
That's the normal.
Wewe umetoka zako huku kufanya kazi na Gen Z.
Yes. So very interesting. I think the change of people is very important. So once people wanakuwa kwenye the same company for 30 years, they become normal because this is business as usual.
The company becomes
yeah. So when unaambia labda nikutumie document kwenye Google Cloud or Google Drive,
it's very hard to comprehend.
What do you mean by that? Can I send a digital copy? What do you mean by that? Fax it to me. And they are very protective about that. Yani kwamba wenyewe ukiambia anything else,
fax.
Yeah.
I think it's like the same, the analogy of that it is like it's similar to now mtu akitumia domain zile, mtu akitumia email kama mtu afanya kazi at the company, so it will be your name at thecompany.com.
Yes,
which is different na mtu akitumia popular domain kama Gmail au Yahoo au nini. Ila akitumia ile ya company sasa hivi unaiona kwamba huyu jamaa kweli ni authentic, inatoka kwenye hiyo kampuni. It's the same analogy.
It's so weird kwa sababu I think people are not open kuangalia na kujua kuna ule open na kujifunza kwamba does it really make sense kufanya kitu kama hichi, mfano kama hichi kama hiyo. People they really don't know kwamba how much easy is it to create a domain ya kwako mwenyewe. Sasa kama kwamba leo tu techroad.com.co.tz and then that is genuine for some people, but it can be just fraud.
Anyone can do it.
I think exposure na ile kukutana na kuwa curious, kujifunza vitu, it's very important, otherwise you won't stick with what you know 20 years ago.
True.
VoIP, what does it mean?
So huku now we enter the 1990s. Yes.
Wow.
Where sasa
in the millennial generation,
millennial, huku in the 1990s, ambao they call it the internet era. Internet era, the .com bubble, all the things zilikuwa vinatokea humu in the 90s.
You know I've been doing so much research on economics, especially kwenye mambo ya investment na vitu kama hivyo. You know what was happening is that at that time the only thing that matters ni kwamba it was become more accessible. Accessibility brought about the internet bubble. Accessibility kwamba there is a company called pet.com, there is a company called doors.com. Everyone can reach it, unajua and then
anywhere.
Unajua ile kuwa accessible, it means kwamba you saw people making money from .com. Anything.com it make money. Now that people make money from it.
So with the internet now is where VoIP came from. So VoIP is voice over internet protocol.
Wow. I remember Silicon Valley, the movie. You remember that guy? I don't remember his actual name, but the guy with the mustache. He invented voice over internet. He invented something like that. Radio over internet. It's not what McCuman did. And this guy because of that, he's become like a big celebrity. You know, a big celebrity, like because I did VoIP. But tell me about it. How did it work? How it came about?
So now with VoIP, you don't need lines. You don't need a cellular connection in such.
Yes.
You can do it over the internet.
Yes.
So you can transmit sound now. Over the internet.
It makes sense. I think that's the beginning of a lot of discovery,
including the iPhone.
Yes, the moment they start sending the voice, they thought, okay, what else can we send? Can we send money? Can we send videos? Can we send all this? Anything else can be sent via internet now.
So at that time now, with the internet is where touch screens zikaanza sasa kuwa more popular. Touch screens ambazo zikaanza kuwepo hadi kwenye fax machines.
Oh really? Touch screen. Okay.
Yes, a touch screen.
You
remember pia touch screen hazijaanza. This was 1993.
But wait. Let me ask you a question. BlackBerry early models were not touch screen.
They were not touch screen.
So the popular people who made popularize of touch screen were like the iPhones, right?
No. iPhone. The difference that iPhone brought was ease of use, the interface. Yes.
Okay.
That is what iPhone brought. So iPhone, it solved the problem of buttons. It solved the problem of screen, like screen real estate, screen space. So it was entirely a touch screen, but this was capacitive touch screen.
Okay, capacitive. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this one now you can see like the entire phone is a screen.
Yes.
And only when you need to type is when the keyboard comes.
Okay.
Which is something that was a problem for BlackBerry. So BlackBerry wanted to walitaka kubaki na ile QWERTY keyboard yao ile wakataka ile ndio iwe the default form factor.
Okay.
Lakini bado screen ni ndogo.
Ni ndogo. Kwa hiyo screen inakuwa ni ndogo zaidi kwa sababu kuna
keyboard ambayo ipo pale all the time. So what iPhone did, iPhone wakabadilisha the way we thought of using the phone.
Yeah.
It was very easy. Now you can hold a word, inakuja pale copy, highlight, nini.
Yeah. Right now it's like a lot of
Yeah, sasa hivi kila mtu anafanya.
Yeah. Quick question. When was PayPal invented?
PayPal?
Yeah.
I have no
idea. Do you know when was PayPal invented? Like started the company PayPal? Because I think it should be this time during the VoIP. I'm still thinking because when you start sending over the internet, first of all, I think there's a part which we've skipped. The internet, discovery of internet. 1998 makes sense, right around the corner. 1990s the voice over internet protocol, and then 1998.
Yeah, that was 5 years later.
Yeah, it makes sense. One thing that you have skipped, I think we haven't talked about how we moved from. So we communicate via the fax. We communicate via the lines. Now we communicate via
used lines.
Yes. Now we communicate via the internet. How was the internet discovered? I think that's can be a topic of discussion.
We need to look into that
so that we can have like it should be a series.
Why is it also named the internet?
International network. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Internet is international.
Internet is international network. That's what it means.
Yes. And what network of what? International network of what?
Of what?
Yes.
And why is it that many things when they are joined are called the net?
Interesting.
Which would give you the idea of why we have the World Wide
Web. Man, we need to think about the internet part, because when I'm thinking right now is we transmit we move from the phones, the old
we went into
lines, we go to with the lines and everything, with the speech and everything. Now we come transistors, and now we come to fax machines. Now we're moving to VoIP. I think we need to
talk about the internet.
The internet part. Let's proceed with VoIP, and then we come back to this one. This should be like a mini series, discovery of where we are.
Yeah, there's a page on YouTube called The History of Things.
The History of Things.
Yes, it's that simple. It's got The History of Things.
The History of Things.
Yeah, and it has the history of so many things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe we can learn one thing or two.
Yeah, we can learn some stuff.
Yeah.
So with now VoIP.
Yeah.
So now you can talk over the internet. And if you remember, when mobile phones started coming, ambazo zilikuwa na zile transistors, hazina need ya wire.
Yes.
Motorola capitalized first.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, with the 5 kilogram.
Yes, with the 5 kilogram phone. So VoIP imekuja, and I was saying kule kwenye mobile phones, the one who frontiered the change in the whole form factor of the phone was Motorola. Yeah. So with this one, Nokia is the one who capitalized on it.
On VoIP.
Yes. Nokia is the one who capitalized on it. Wakatoa a handset, a phone, Nokia 1011. You know the issue with African models or the African perception. We know the phone, we don't know the model. It is like cars. Mtu akikuuliza maybe unatumia gari gani. Another person will tell you I'm using a GT6, I'm using a DB9.
Yeah. Detail oriented.
Very detailed.
You know all the details.
Yeah. So walitoa Nokia 1011. It had a screen and it could use the internet. Okay. That was the first phone that could use the internet.
Internet for what? Browsing?
For talking.
For talking?
Yes. Yeah, it had internet for. Well, that was the time when the internet was booming. So the web was booming. You can now talk.
Yeah.
And it couldn't do video yet, so we didn't have color. Zilikuwa za green. Kwa hiyo you can surf the web to its extent, lakini angalau unakuwa na a screen, which is different from ile Dynatac ya Motorola ambayo ilikuwa tu ina kama ka strip hivi kidogo kenye numbers.
Okay.
You see? And as usual, it became popular in America.
It became. One thing I think America they're good at is making popular products, and eventually now I think it's different from like it is in the past. They had the capital, the people are wealthy enough, they had surplus money. Okay, sasa hivi I see that is not the case anymore.
I would think mambo ya telephone na nini yamekuwa popular in America because that's where they originated. But
really,
it's not true.
Nokia didn't originate in
America. Yes, Nokia is not from
America.
From America.
We can think it this way. There was a lot of interaction between Europe and America because of the origin. They share a similar origin. Most of American and European as well. So being that kwanza kuna ile similarity in culture, unaweza kutoka kwa watu wengi wa Marekani wanaongea Kiingereza by default, ndio. Watu wengi wa Marekani pia wanatokea Irish labda. Na anything Irish, mimi na kumwona mjomba wangu yuko Marekani, most likely nitashare na yeye.
Yeah, because you speak the same language.
Yes, you speak the same language. You came from and we are relative. Yeah. So we have that sharing. Kwa hiyo inakuwa ni kama extended market for European products.
Yeah. So in the time now, kwa hiyo 1993 internet imeanza kuja na nini. 1998 PayPal was invented.
Interesting.
Yeah. In the 2000s sasa huku mbele.
Yes.
BlackBerry started getting
traction.
Yes.
Even BlackBerry is an American company?
I guess.
Yeah, it should be. Is it? BlackBerry
is an American company? I think it would make more sense if it was an American company. So at that time, BlackBerry sasa imeanza kuwa famous. Browsers are now a thing. Like a browser is a product.
Yeah.
Not the internet. Yeah. Just as a thing that allows you to go into the internet is now a product. Opera Mini.
Okay. It's what? Canada. Okay.
It's Canada.
Yeah. Oh, BlackBerry is a Canadian
There's
company.
Always a joke that the Canadians can't do things as well as Americans. they make jokes about that thing and they say they're way too kind.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about the fact kwamba BlackBerry ni kampuni ya Canada. You know, I never thought kwamba it's a Canadian company. At least Nokia, it makes sense kusema kwamba it's not American.
Yes, and Nokia is a city.
It's a city as well.
It's a city. Yes, it's actually pronounced Nokia.
Nokia.
Yes.
You can be serious.
But we say Nokia.
You can be serious, man.
It's a city in Finland.
You can be serious. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, Nokia is a city in Finland. It's like wewe ukatengeneza simu kaita Arusha. Which actually in a place that don't know kwamba Arusha is an actual place huku kwako. It might be popular.
But Arusha is a long name. It should be called at least Mbeya, Rukwa.
You know, this was supposed to be a topic on its own. Actually, there was an African-made smartphone.
The Marathon?
Yes, the Marathon.
They assembled it here, but now.
It was just assembled here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I'm not sure, but
in terms of the name, we have Mara here.
Yeah, Mara. Yes. You see, Mara. Maybe Mara is a region, eh? No, Mara is a.
This is now your geography teacher looking at you.
Oh my God!
Geography teacher anakuangalia.
Yeah, I remember. It's a northern region. Next to Arusha and Mwanza. Mwanza and Arusha is Mara.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that is
Mara. Oh, for some reason it's not so popular.
It's not so popular. Lakini we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. So now within the 2000s, now there's phones, there's Blackberries, bigger screens.
Yeah.
Blackberries wanakuja na simu zao ambazo imitate the keyboard of the computer.
Yes, the QWERTY.
Yes.
I remember those.
The QWERTY keyboard.
You know, I didn't know the what you call this, how popular or how fast those phones were until I went to A levels. Right? During my time at A level, there was this guy with a phone. We were not allowed to have phones at school, but for some reason he had a phone. You know, I don't know. Even me, I think at one point I had a phone. I don't remember exactly.
Were you as confident as the guy?
For some reason, I had my phone. Everything was so smooth, right? I don't know how. Where did I get the confidence of a phone at school? Oh my God! But I got the phone. So this guy was having his BlackBerry phone, and he had this level of appreciation.
Wakaongezea actually something else. Baadaye this integration it grew into into, they called it a packaged branch exchange. Kwa sababu ya the internet sasa applications zikaanza kuwa nyingi za computer na za simu, and then kukawa na private branch exchange ambayo ikawa inaruhusu VoIP kutumika within the applications.
Interesting.
So now it allowed someone to use the web and check their emails and make phone calls
at the same time. So ni kama tumeongeza functionality.
Yeah.
To improve what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then what happened with the Blackberries? What happened after that?
Blackberries started failing when they didn't adapt, but they did come to adapt very late. So by the time Blackberries zinakuwa very popular, this capacitive touchscreen phones hazikuwepo.
Okay.
So with Blackberries had a very complicated interface.
Yeah. I remember even the ball ya scroll
ilikuwa ni kazi. And then a few years later, now in 2007, iPhone comes out.
So iPhone comes out with the capacitive touch screen.
Yes.
Right.
And the entire screen is a touch screen. It has no keyboard buttons. The QWERTY keyboard haipo.
So this episode is quite nerdy. Lazima unajua vitu vichache.
Yeah.
Lazima uwe na D.
Mbili.
Yeah, capacitive screens zinakuwa ni yani, ili kwa mfano katika ile tulipoanza at the beginning ilikuwa tuna ile ring ambayo ina click, umeona, and then we move to buttons kwamba you can press to imitate kwamba okay there's this capacitive yenyewe unavyo press au unavyo touch pale unatengeneza kama kitu inaitwa capacitance, yani kama resistance ambayo inasababisha kwamba ile electric flow kwenye ile part kwenye ile screen isiwe as usual, yani isiwe normal, yeah, inatengeneza kama resistance fulani. That's what I know about capacitive. So why they were so successful?
They were successful. iPhone was very successful in the beginning because of its ease of use. Its interface was easy.
Interesting.
You know, until recently,
yeah,
you can now customize iPhone home screen.
Yes.
Until recently. So before that, all iPhones had the same home screen.
Yes. We're talking about the success of the iPhones. I think we covered this at one time. Also, why iPhone were very successful phones as phones. But one thing also ambayo inakuwa ni very important kwenye unavyoongelea kwenye iPhone, it's brand ya Apple as a brand as Apple in America was already becoming like popular. It mean something. It creates this idea kwamba you belong.
Yeah.
Umeona? Yani kwa sababu at that time kabla hujaanza kwenye hizi vita za hizi competition za smartphone or anything else, walikuwa na competition kwenye nini? Kwenye computers. Yes. Na computers walikuwa na compete between what you call this kampuni ya Windows, Dell, IBM na Apple as a computer. So walikuwa wamesha popularize ile idea kwamba you belong. When you're using iPhone you kind of belong. So hiyo ikawa naona important part kwamba okay, hata simu zao zilipokuja it can create the same notion kwamba this is iPhone from Apple. We already know about this.
So they already had like a foundation,
yes,
to build the iPhone on.
Yes, very true. And another thing ambacho ilikuwa ni very important, of course, BlackBerry walikuwa very fine, whatever they had it was making sense at that time.
Yeah.
Lakini kuna vitu ambavyo walikuwa wanakiwa vifanye hawataka kuvifanya. And I think that's the same thing. Hadi sasa hivi most of the company have resistance to change. Kwamba why we no resistance? Sasa vitu ambavyo kwa nataka kufanya moja wapo ndio kwa na screen. I remember ilikuwa ni I think it was CEO BlackBerry or something like that. Alikuwa ana resist kwamba the idea kwamba what they won't be interested with having large screens. Yeah, people are not so interested in having a large screen, but it proved them to be wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
So these minor things really matter. I think one of the key part ambayo ilisababisha kwamba what you call this iPhone kuwa stick na kuwa successful ni ile usability yake. and easy to use. Kwamba with iPhone you don't need any uhitaji a lot of let's say kujua tech oriented au unajua kuhusu what you call this, yani uwe unajua zile, it's become more intuitive.
Yeah.
Na there's ile kuwa na bigger interface italau kuwa na, it's more user friendly compared to the way BlackBerry it was at that time.
Yeah, that is how it got so popular.
Yes,
it was user friendly. It's actually still is user friendly, but now things are more complicated. there are more players in the game.
Yeah. right now I think the way, kwanza tumalizie the story behind the smartphone and then we can talk about why are they successful until right now.
Yeah.
Lakini one thing which I should point out ni kwamba during the early stages I think apart from hapo kuwa the original au kama people ambao they are popular with the VIOP, Japan before 2017 ile 2007 the Apple iPhone 1 I think iPhone 2 walikuwa wameshakuwa very ahead tumefukua okay, we can actually use our phone to check the internet, we can use our phones to check this news, we can use our phone for email. The phone were way ahead on that. Lakini the phones walizokuwa introduce Apple the first one, they were not having all those features. Apata camera ilikuwa ni very primitive, you 2 megapixels. Yeah. At that time, of course, maybe it can be making sense at that time.
Because a picture was a picture.
Yes, a picture of structures moving around. Yeah. So yes, we can move forward from there.
Yeah. So when iPhone came, that's why it came to. We say it changed the game.
Yeah.
BlackBerry, who was so popular, became less popular.
Yes.
And then everyone started moving to iPhone.
Yes.
Everyone started moving to iPhone.
Yes.
And also in the 2000s is where we moved now, like we said, we moved from lines to wireless.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, from lines to wireless. But how did it actually work? How do you think? So we moved from using the actual copper wires to now using waves, transmitted waves.
Yes.
Yes. So phones could now pick up your transmitted waves and translate them in your phone, and that is why we need a SIM card. That's why we need the SIM card. So the SIM card, actually, how the SIM card works, roughly, it's the SIM card, the SIM, subscriber identification module.
Yes.
So it allows the network to know
who is this person,
to identify him uniquely. Yani wewe kama wewe unakuwa uko identified na namba yako.
Yes.
Yeah. So the SIM card zinawezesha simu yako kupokea zile wave identified by the SIM card, kwamba hii wave inahusu wewe, sio mtu mwingine. So simu itakuja kwako, na kama inatoka kwako inaweza ikaenda kwa mtu mwingine ambaye huko pia itakuwa identified the same way.
Interesting.
Yeah. So hivyo, so tumeenda hivyo, so hadi sasa hivi basically after hizi capacitive touchscreens zimekuja.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Yeah, where we are. But do you think kama simu zimeshia hapo? I feel like
I don't.
The idea ni the whole idea ya simu ilikuwa ni communicating between two people.
Yeah.
And the way communication zamani ilikuwa ni maybe via sauti. Right? And then unamsikia na kusikia. Right? The two opening kwamba unaweza kuongea na sikia. Now they added the idea kwamba you can see the video part. We have the voice over internet.
There's a trend.
Yeah. So probably what we are expecting in our kuja is maybe more than how can I actually feel your presence.
Yeah. There's a device that I saw.
What's the name of the device?
I don't remember what's the name of the device. Lakini we might have to cut this part out.
Yeah.
Lakini this device, it is supposed to allow a couple to kiss each other over a distance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you have a device that has like shapes of lips.
Okay.
On one side.
Okay.
And you have another device shaped the same.
To another person.
Yes. And the the touch sensitivity ambayo ipo on one side of the lips zinakuwa linked to the other one.
Interesting.
You move if you touch these lips za upande mmoja
na huko zina sense
zina replicate
the sense.
Yes. Okay. And then ukifanya the same zinafanya the same thing.
Interesting. I'm sure it's for the rich for the moment.
Kabisa.
At the moment it's for the rich,
but the few.
But see, kulikuwa kuna lot of metaverse movement metaverse. Yeah. I think that's another way we are starting to move. Of course, metaverse is more about bring the community. It's not more like peer to peer. It's more the community as a whole, right? Yeah. So maybe we can think of it maybe the next step. Yeah, phone. We can be of people thinking in the future. Metaverse will be a big part of it, and kampuni kama Facebook, they are really centered to play a good role kwenye hii kwa sababu they already invested billions. We see it right now kwamba AI, but when you look in the bigger picture, AI is just a component of metaverse. Is one minor component, or it can be a major component. Yeah, metaverse. The end goal, it's metaverse. The end goal is always metaverse. As much as sasa hivi tuna hype ya AI and everything else, the future is more metaverse.
I have a different thought.
Why? And what is your thought?
I don't believe. I don't believe in the metaverse.
Why?
Much. So for the metaverse to be completely adapted, kila mtu, we first need to adapt augmented reality.
Augmented reality, okay.
At first, kwa sababu you can't be in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Hivi unless waweze kuweka project the metaverse kwenye glasses kama hivi. Either they do that or lazima uvae zile headset.
Yes.
First, I think that is the first obstacle.
Yeah.
Adapting ile device tu yenyewe kwa mtu kwa in an everyday thing. That is one thing. Another thing ni kwamba there is a resistance right now that is happening with screen time.
Yep.
Like the internet was new, apps were new. Tukaona kwamba zinaweza zika to benefit in this way, we can have so much fun kwenda kwenye Instagram na nini na kuscroll, inakuondoa kabisa from reality.
True.
Now what's happening, there is a resistance with screen time. Including phones themselves zinakupa options zile za kulimit your own screen time.
Very true. You're very right.
I only think this resistance is going to grow.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been told by your parent to sky karibu sana TV?
Yeah. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Sindio?
Yeah.
But then tukaletea smartphone, tukaletea bigger screens, everything become bigger, become closer.
Yeah.
Sindio? Right now even the Apple Vision, it's here. It's here, all right. So as much as kuna hiyo resistance, I think there is also a move to push them to be reality. Kuna movie moja niliangalia, I don't remember exactly name, but this movie ina character wanashindana kwenye mashindano ya magari. Yani unaingia kama kwenye chumba and then you feel like you're in another dimension, unakutana na wenzenu, and it's like another world kabisa, right?
Yeah.
And then nakuna competition ya magari. The only winner ajua kuwin kwa ku-reverse gari lake. And gari lake ali-reverse baada kwenda mbele, ndo akaja ku-reverse ndo akaja kuwa kama winner. Unaona? That movie, your money, your life, everything can be obtained from the metaverse, from that visual world.
Kama the Sims.
Yeah, and we can get everything from there. So for you to make money, you need to be there. For this guy, it's pure entertainment. Anaweza akaingia akafanya competition ya cars, akamaliza akaenda disco, akamaliza pale ndani kwake, lakini that's what he feels, right? And he feel like, yeah, I'm somewhere here, I'm somewhere. So it's like it become reality, and then you make money. So look at this. Right now tuna metaverse, big leg. Kuna cryptocurrency ambao ni CBTC, cryptocurrency yenyewe na other cryptocurrency. store of value, store of wealth na vitu kama hivyo, umeona. Metaverse store of value, then there is AI, si ndio? And then on top of that kuna hizi sensitive you can sense
gloves,
yeah, you can sense kama gloves, and you can really sense the whatever it's being explained, and you can really sense it kwenye kama reality, umeona. Kuna hiyo, so you see all the component to make it possible, they are there, umeona. The only thing ambayo inakuwepo sasa hivi ni kama we are moving to that direction. Look at the Apple Vision, look at the Meta Ray-Bans, zile Ray-Bans, all this, they're all working toward that one thing, one big goal, umeona. Now it's just kwamba the path is not straight, the end point is not very clear kwamba this is the way. Kuna saa tutapita segue tuna kutafuta AI, na saa tutarudi kwenye cryptocurrency, sijui Libra na vitu kama hivyo, tutatoka huko tutaenda hivi, but unaona kwamba
kuna
direction fulani we are going. Actually it makes sense kwamba imagine this guy spending like 10 billion to build the metaverse, the horizon, the Facebook guy. As much as wataona kuna value, umeona. Kwa mfano, how many people right now want to be YouTubers?
Wengi sana.
A lot, sindio? How many want their own podcast? A lot of people, sindio? What you see ni kwamba eventually people they're looking for ways they can make easy money. Not easy money per se, kwa sababu YouTube is not easy.
Yeah.
I'm saying they look for ways to make money. And so far they've find kwamba the simplest way to get money is from Facebook, from YouTube,
where everyone has an identity.
Yeah. Now imagine the metaverse, you see there is actual people making money. Do you think you sit aside?
Yeah. If they arrive and need sana in money, what wataenda?
The only thing about it will be like it will take time ni adoption ya cryptocurrency, especially hizi CBDCs ambazo ko controlled central government control au centered by something kuwa controlled.
Hali tumefika hapa kwenye the smartphone, tumetoka mbali sana.
Yeah, very mbali.
Tumetoka mbali sana. Something I've noticed by the way, that is very impactful kwa yule mtu ambaye anatumia ni price.
Yes.
There's a trend in price. Now mwanzoni tulianza na $4,000 ile mobile phone.
Yes.
Ikazidi ikapanda until tulipofika kwenye huku 2000s huku bei ya simu ikaanza kupungua. Na ilianza kupungua, watu wakaanza kuexperiment na shapes za simu. Unakumbuka kama kulikuwa na visimu fulani vina shapes za ajabu sana. Yaani simu ipo kama oval, ina button pembeni, au na screen huku. Wakaanza kuexperiment until something stuck.
Yeah, very
true. Sasa tulikuwa kwenye ile decline, tumeshuka
na
sasa tumefika na price ikawa inashuka. Tumefika kwenye smartphone sasa, we are on the way back up. So we have phones now.
Yeah.
Lakini zinatoka $2,000 ambayo ni milioni 4 plus.
Yeah, lakini think at the same time kwamba smartphone kwa mfano sasa hivi kwambia unawe iPhone 8 itakuwa ni $300,000, $400,000, ila chache tu.
Yeah.
Umeona? Maybe if you want the latest you have to pay the price.
Yeah.
But if you want just a phone, okay phone, you can pay $200,000, which means it's very cheap, right?
It's very cheap.
So I think kitu ambacho kina determine the fact the price ni supply of the phone themselves.
Yeah.
So, supply at that time na tech behind it was limited. Unaona? Lakini over time imekuwa commoditized, yani imekuwa ni easy to manage, to create chips na everything else.
Yeah,
become very easy.
Sasa hivi zimekuwa nyingi.
Yes, ziko nyingi. Sasa hivi taka simu ya 10,000 unaweza kupata. I'm very sure. Umeona? Ila at that beginning it was hard to get. Now kuna mtu unajua nini? The only thing which really matter kwenye simu ni kupokea na kupiga. Let me get the phone, kupokea na kupiga. Bas.
Yeah.
Instantly amechukua chip hapo, amechukua pale, we are done. So it become easier. Yeah.
Kwa hiyo ndio hivyo. So that is the history of the telephone. That's also the history of the
smartphone generation.
Yeah. So kama kuna any history you would like to know, tell us in the comments.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. It's been very nice. We'll catch you in the next one.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.